the Republicans are negotiating with that gang of six, and Grassley is overjoyed with it. Enzi, Grassley, and Snow are the three senators on the Republican side, and they've already told us what they want to do. Enzi said it in a town hall meeting back home in Wyoming. He said his objective is to water down the bill as much as possible and then to vote against it. So what is that watered down version now? Well, Max Baucus, the head of that committee, the head of the Gang of Six, has released it. One, it includes no public option. Two, it includes co-ops that are, in most experts' views, fairly ill-defined. These are like, hey, you know what, on a local level, Joe, Sally, and Bob can get together and try to compete with the private insurance companies. Yeah, good luck on that one. Okay, and they won't take a profit, so it'll be kind of like a public plan. No, it won't. It won't have any of that muscle. It won't have any of the leverage, and it won't. It's a terrible compromise, if you ask me. So, and then on top of that, oh, by the way, everybody has to have health care coverage. Okay, but in order to help you, we're going to give subsidies to people that are below the poverty line and actually a little above the poverty line. Okay, but some of you that are caught in the middle, well, you know, we might fine you up to $3,800 if you don't have health care coverage. Okay, they're going to fine families up to $3,800 if you don't have health care coverage. So, do you understand what this so-called compromise is? We take all the money and we funnel it towards the private insurance companies. They're going to fine you, give it to the private insurance companies. They're going to subsidize the poor, give it to the private insurance companies. They're going to, and what are they going to do to contain the costs? Not a damned thing. So the premiums will go up. Some of you will even get fined. Your taxes will go up because of the subsidies. And in the end, voila! Healthcare reform! Private insurance companies just got a hell of a lot richer. And what did you get? Now look, you got some things. Let's be fair here. You know, hopefully, if this actually works, no rescission. So if they say that they gave you insurance, you actually have insurance. No pre-existing conditions. So if you're sick, they can't deny you coverage. Okay, so you do get some things. And the poor get covered when they might not have had health care before because of increased subsidies, right? But are most Americans going to have lower premiums? No. They will likely have higher premiums. Now, let's go to a guy who talked about lowering premiums and a way to do that. Oh, I know. It's President Obama when he was candidate Obama. Let's go to clip number 9 here. This is during a presidential debate with John McCain. Here is candidate Obama's suggestion for how to handle health care reform. Let's watch.
If you have health insurance, then you don't have to do anything. If you've got health insurance through your employer, you can keep your health insurance, keep your choice of doctor, keep your plan. The only thing we're going to try to do is lower costs so that those cost savings are passed on to you. And we estimate we can cut average family's premium by about $2,500 per year. If you don't have health insurance, then what we're going to do is to provide you the option of buying into the same kind of federal pool that both Senator McCain and I enjoy as federal employees, which will give you high quality care, choice of doctors at lower cost because so many people are part of this insured group. We're going to make sure that insurance companies can't discriminate on the basis of pre-existing conditions. We'll negotiate with the drug companies for the cheapest available price on drugs.
Nope.
We are going to invest in information technology to eliminate bureaucracy and make the system more efficient. And we are going to make sure that we manage chronic illnesses like diabetes and heart disease that cost a huge amount but could be prevented. We've got to put more money into preventive care. This will cost some money on the front end, but over the long term, this is the only way that not only are we going to make families healthy, but it's also how we're going to save the federal budget because we can't afford these escalating costs.
Did you hear him at the end? He said this is the only way to do it. He's not saying that anymore. He talked about an option of going into a federal pool that is the public option. And he explained how you would all have that option. You could keep your own private insurance or you could go with the public option. And that went out the window. Then he went on to talk about how he's going to negotiate lower drug prices with the pharmaceutical companies. He struck a deal with the pharmaceutical companies a couple of months ago to not do that. That will definitely not be in the bill. Out the window. Okay? He said he's going to save you guys $2,500 on your premiums. right now there is no mechanism in the bill, in the so-called compromise of Baucus, or what Olympia Snow's working on with Rahm Emanuel, to save you a dime. You get $2,500, your premium is going to go down? Now, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? So the Republicans watered it down, right? And the corporatist Democrats watered it down, so then you're not going to save anything from your premiums. And then 4 years from now, when they're doing the 2012 election, they're going to run the same clip we just ran, the Republicans are, and say, hey, Obama promised you that he would lower your premiums by $2,500. Did he? He didn't, did he? And then they're going to say, see, you should have never voted for Obama because his health care reform didn't work. And the guy who aided and abetted them in that strategy, ironically, is Barack Obama. It's such a disastrous path that they're on. They're going to come up with the bill that's going to help the lobbyists and the corporations and the Republicans the most, and then the Republicans will use that, and those same corporations and lobbyists will use that bill to bash Obama later. And you know what, though? For him being a sucker and for playing along, he has it coming.